Okay, the final video for checklist number 5, part 2 on the videos, is going to deal with function notation, or known as f of x. Okay, in your textbook, still on page 258, under evaluating functions number 2, we're just going to talk about several examples here. If you recall the chart from the very first video, where we put in the different types of inputs and outputs, right here we have x and f of x. Those are the different things we're going to talk about when we talk about domain and range. If you want to go back, one other thing you could put in is the independent variable would be your input, and your dependent variable would be your output. We're going to use these terms interchangeably, so you really need to be familiar by this point with these different terms. Okay, so back to function notation, or f of x. You're going to see, as in example 2 and example 3, or section 2 and example 3, you're going to have things written like this: f of x equals x plus 9. It used to be written just y equals x plus 9. But now we're using f of x because it's a function. Okay? So function notation. So all that means is I'm going to start making a list of tables here. X and f of x. If x is 2, f of x, 2 plus 9 is 11. If x is negative 5, negative 5 plus 9 is 4. So function notation, you need to be familiar with what that means. And f of x. What's going to happen is they will probably give you the domain. Remember, the domain is your x value. And you need to find the range. And remember, the range is your y, also now known as f of x value. And it may become f of a, it can become f of n, it becomes g of x, it could also be h of b. These are the terms that a lot of times you'll see to represent, or the letters that you'll see to represent a function. Okay? Let's look at big check number 4 on page 259. It says find the range of each function when the domain is -2, 0, and 5. Okay, so they're telling you what values they want you to put in for the x and y. We're going to look at A. It's f of x equals, okay, f of x equals x minus 6. And remember, our range is -2, 0, and 5. Usually you use these funny little brackets to show a set of numbers. Okay? So when I do that, that means I'm substituting -2 in for x, 0 in for x, and 5 in for x. So let's come up with the range. -2 minus 6. -2 minus 6. -2 minus 6 is -8. Okay, there's my first number. My next number is 0 minus 6. 0 minus 6 is -6. My last number is 5 minus 6. 5 minus 6 is -1. There's my range. If you wanted to write it as ordered pairs, -2, -8, 0, -6, and 5, -1. Function notation, f of x.